All right, all right. Hey, this is why it's important when you are looking to buy some land that you clearly explain your goals with your land agent. Recently just closed up a property, had a client that bought a farm, and in the title opinion it popped up an objection that there was a restriction on doing anything outside of normal farming practices on this particular farm. And the approval authority was the Iowa State Historical Preservation Office, SHPO for short. To approve anybody that wanted to, if you wanted to do anything outside farming practices, right? I understood that my client wanted to potentially put up a cabin or home in the future, right? Now, an attorney doesn't talk to you about the real estate goal. So anything outside like a normal lien or outside normal practice, they're probably not going to cue in on it, right? Which your cousin Jimmy will think that the attorney is going to address it and just kind of go on with your day. But when you're dealing with a land specialist, my next action for my client was to not only inform them, but to kind of start to hunt down what the process is for him to do what it is he wants on this property. Now, I don't hold this against SHPO because this was done decades prior to the current folks serving in there. But essentially, there was a blanket potential archaeological site placed on this property, and in which case there was no documents on their side to be able to make a determination of what my client can do on that property or not. So after speaking with them, I spoke with county recorder office and assessor to confirm this information, but also the county USDA, both NRCS office and FSA. Okay, and what we concluded was essentially is the property is going to need what's called an intrusive phase 1 site survey for an archaeological study, right, to get approval to do what my client wants to do there. Well, there's cost with that, and there's still the risk of maybe not being able to do what you want to do, right? So when you're talking to cousin Jimmy and he has no clue what he's doing on land, these are the things that pop up for land specialists that we see, and we try to work through the problem set. Now, in this particular situation, the client decided that he was going to prolong to do that because it wasn't necessary a need right now. But I had to tell them what the options were, pros and cons of each decision that they had to make. But ultimately, the decision was his, and he decided to move forward to closing and address this situation at a later date, right? For some other context, it doesn't matter. But most importantly, this is why being completely transparent and clearly outline what your goals are with your land specialist, what those really are, so we can help you and advise you through the entire process.